Everybody on your street financed a tall, thirsty crossover so they could sit up high and feel safe. Here's what the dealer never told them. The wagon they drove right past on that same lot stickered near $40,000 when it was new, and today you can buy a clean one for $4,000. They'll call it worthless. At least, that's the word they want stuck in your head, because that worthless wagon hauls more, drives better, and will still be running long after their crossover is on its second transmission. Nobody's bidding on these, which is the only reason a working man can afford one. Today I'll show you 15 of them, the ones that roll past 250,000 miles, and the 4 that'll bleed you dry if you buy the wrong year. And one of them is the most bulletproof car on this whole list. So how does a $40,000 wagon end up worth $4,000? Simple. The market decided it wanted a higher seat and a fake rugged shape, and it stopped caring about everything that actually matters. That panic to dump anything wagon-shaped is the discount. Let's go collect it. Number 1. The Ford Focus Wagon. The ZTW and ZXW cars, built from 2000 through 2007. Front-wheel drive, a simple 2.0 Zetec or Duratec 4-cylinder. Nothing exotic under the hood. You'll find these from $1,500 to maybe $8,000. And most folks forgot Ford ever sold a Focus wagon in America. That's the point. It's a no-drama appliance that swallows a dog crate and a lumber run. And a clean, low-mile one has quietly become hard to find. Not the best car on this list, but it's the proof of the whole pattern. Useful, cheap, and invisible, all for the same reason. Number 2. The Saab 9.3 SportCombi, built on GM's Epsilon platform from about 2003 until the brand died in 2011. The 2002 and later Aero models with the 2.0 turbo are the ones to chase. Here's the honest part, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Saab is an orphan now. The good news is, the 9.3 shares parts with Opel, so it's cheaper to keep alive than a 3 Series or an A4. The risk is the electronics and finding a specialist who still knows them. $4,000 to $12,000 buys a genuinely good driving turbo wagon, as long as you go in with your eyes open. Number 3. The Mercury Sable and Ford Taurus wagons, from about 1999 to 2005. And right here, let me kill a myth before the comments do. These never had a V8. It's a 3.0-liter V6, either the old Vulcan or the smoother Duratec, front-wheel drive. You can find running ones from $700 to maybe $6,000. The weak spot is the AX4N automatic on a neglected car, so you want shift records. But that Vulcan V6 is the kind of engine that outlasts the body around it. It's a true beater gold mine, the wagon nobody's restoring, which is exactly why it's nearly free. Number 4. The first-generation Volvo V60, built from 2011 to 2018. Now we step up in class. Volvo wagons lose value about as fast as any luxury car on the road. The numbers people at CarEdge peg a Volvo at roughly half its value gone in 5 years. And Kelley Blue Book flat out says the V60's resale is among the worst in its class. For you, that's not a warning. That's a near-new feeling Swedish wagon with heated leather and a turbo for what a crossover trade-in is worth. Let the first owner eat the depreciation. You just drive it. Number 5. The BMW E91 Series Touring. The engine that matters here is the N52 inline-6 in the 328i naturally aspirated, smooth, and far less drama than the turbocharged 335i with its N54. Pay attention to that next detail because it explains half this list. The boring, naturally aspirated engine is almost always the one that lasts. 2 cars from now, I'll get to the one I'd actually put my own money on, and it isn't German. But the E91 is a sweet driving, dirt cheap rear-wheel drive wagon if you buy the right 6. Number 6. The Cadillac CTS Sport Wagon, built from 2010 to 2014. One of the best-looking wagons Detroit ever made, and almost nobody bought it, so they sell from around $5,000 with an average closer to $12,000. Here's your cutoff, and write it down. There are 2 engines, the 3.0 and the 3.6 direct-injection V6. The early 3.6, the 2010 and 2011 cars, can stretch its timing chain if the oil changes were skipped, and it throws a code P0008 when it does. The 2012 and later LFX motor mostly fixed that, so buy the later 3.6 or buy the lower stress 3.0 and you've got a rare American wagon for Honda money. Number 7. The Subaru Outback from the mid-2000s, back when an Outback was a raised wagon and not the tall crossover it grew into. The engine to know is the naturally aspirated EJ25, and yes, it's the head gasket motor. On these older ones, the gaskets tend to weep around 100,000 miles. That's not a deal breaker. It's a negotiating chip. A car with the head gaskets already done, with the receipt to prove it, is a bulletproof all-wheel drive wagon. A car that's due is a price cut you walk into with your eyes open. Know which one you're looking at. Number 8. And here it is, the one I'd put my own money on. The Volvo V70 2.5 Turbo, the P2 generation, the 2001 through 2007 cars. The engine is the 5-cylinder light-pressure turbo. The B5254, bolted to a tough Eisen automatic, front-wheel drive. People in the comments will tell you they have 300,000 miles on theirs, and they are not lying. $5,000 to $7,000 buys 2 things. Skip the very earliest 2001 and 2002 cars, and on any of them, make sure the crankcase breather, the oil trap, has been done, because a clogged one is what kills the seals. Do that one job, and this is the Nokia 3310 of station wagons. It's the cheapest car here that you can honestly call buy once, drive forever. Number 9. It's all-wheel drive twin, the Volvo XC70, the Cross Country. Same bones, same engine family, jacked up 1.5 inches with the all-wheel drive system. The average used XC70 runs around $8,900, which Car Gurus clocks at better than half off the average used car in America. Watch the angle gear, the little bevel gear unit that sends power to the rear, and keep its fluid fresh. But understand what you are looking at. This is the car the crossover crowd thinks they bought. A real wagon, raised, that goes where they go for 1/3 of the price. And it will still be here when their SU5 is a memory. If you are getting your money's worth out of this, hit subscribe. I put out the buy and avoid list on a different set of cars every week, and the wagon people need to stick together. All right, here is where it gets expensive if you are not careful. Everything up to now has been cheap to buy and cheap to keep. The next handful are still dirt cheap to buy. Keeping them is another story, and the worst offender of all I am saving for last. Number 10. The Mercedes-Benz W210 E320 wagon, sold here from 1998 to 2003. The drivetrain is the easy part. The M112 3.2 V6 is a sturdy engine, and these change hands from $4,000 to $12,000. The thing that kills a W210 isn't the engine, it's rust. Mercedes cut a corner on the paint and rust protection in this era, and it shows up in the fenders, the jacking points, the trunk floor. So you buy this one with a flashlight and a magnet, not a compression test. Find a rust-free body, and you've got a cheap, comfortable, three-pointed star wagon. Find a rusty one and walk away, no matter how nice the leather looks. Number 11. The Volkswagen Jetta Sport Wagon, the 2009 through 2014 cars. And this one's all about which engine is under the hood. The 2.0 TDI diesel is a frugal, long-legged thing, but a lot of them were caught up in the diesel buyback, so you confirm the emissions fix is done and documented. The gas 2.0 turbo, the TSI, is the one with a temper. The early ones have a lower timing chain tensioner that can fail and let the chain jump, and when it does, the repair runs into the thousands. The updated tensioner generally landed on the later, post-mid 2012 builds. So, buy the diesel with its paperwork, or a late gas car with the good tensioner and skip the rest. Number 12. The Audi A4 Avant, say it Avant, the B6 and B7 cars from 2002 to 2008. Gorgeous wagon with the Quattro, say it Quattro, all-wheel drive system that actually earns its keep in snow. And it will nickel and dime you if you buy blind. The 2.0 FSI Turbo has its own timing chain tensioner problem, and shops quote roughly $1,000 to fix it before it grenades. These also like to drink oil. The car is $2,000 to buy, and far more than that to neglect. Buy one with service history, budget for the tensioner, and it's a brilliant wagon. Buy one cheap and ignored, and you just bought somebody else's bill. Number 13. The BMW E63 5 Series Touring from 2004 to 2010. This is the textbook, cheap to buy, expensive to own wagon. Get the N52 inline 6 in the 530i, and you've got the sane choice. Stay away from a neglected V8 545i with its N62, and from the diesel's rear-mounted timing chain. Even the good one has its quirks. The tailgate and the spare tire well like to let water in and short the electronics, and the cooling system is a wear item by 80,000 to 100,000 miles. It's a magnificent thing to drive for $6,000. Just know that BMW will keep asking for its money back in small installments. Number 14. The Audi Allroad, the C5, from 2001 to 2005. And this is the single biggest trap on this list, except for the one that's coming. The C5 Allroad has a twin-turbo 2.7-liter V6 and 4-corner AIR suspension, and that air suspension fails. When it does, you are looking at around $2,000 a corner to put it back to stock. And the timing belt service on that twin-turbo isn't cheap either. The only sane way to own one is to find a car that's already been converted to regular coil springs. Bought right, with the air system already dealt with, it's a wonderful all-wheel drive wagon. Bought as is, it's a money pit with a beautiful badge. Number 15, and I saved the worst one for last on purpose. The Mercedes-Benz W211 E-Class wagon, 2003 to 2009. This is the cheapest way to get a luxury wagon and the fastest way to lose your shirt if you skip the homework. 3 things. The Airmatic air suspension leaks and sags with age. The early cars have a finicky brake system that loves to flash "Visit Workshop." And the headline, the one the experts in the comments will quiz you on, the M272 V6 has a balanced shaft gear that can wear out early. That's not internet rumor. Mercedes issued a service bulletin on it, and there was a class action settlement over it, covering certain engines from the 2005 to 2007 model years, identified by the engine serial number. The repair runs $4,000 to $6,000, and the engine has to come out. So here's your protection. Buy a later, post-fix car, or get that serial number checked before you buy. Do that, and a $35,000 luxury wagon for $6,000 is a steal. Skip it, and the cheapest badge on this list becomes the most expensive mistake. So that's the 15. Now let me tell you which wagons did not make this list, because this is where people get themselves in trouble. There's a whole set of wagons that look old and cheap, but are actually climbing in value, and calling them worthless will get you laughed out of the room. The boxy Volvo 240 wagon is a collector car now. The Buick Roadmaster and Chevy Caprice wagons with the LT1 V8 are going up every year. The Dodge Magnum SRT8, the Mercedes E63 AMG wagon, the Audi RS6 Avant, the E39 BMW M5 Touring, the Cadillac CTS wagon, and the old 1990s Honda Accord wagon. Those aren't worthless. Those turned the corner and started heading back up, and a smart buyer knows the difference between a wagon that's cheap and a wagon that's gone forever. Here's the whole thing in one breath. The crossover herd's mistake is your discount. The depreciation that supposedly ruined every wagon on this list is the only reason a regular person can park one in the driveway. They told you the tall, plastic-clad SUV was the practical family choice. It's not the practical choice anymore. It's the expensive one. The wagon they drove past is the smart buy, and now you know which ones to grab and which year to run from. Go find the one with the big repair already done and drive it for the next 20 years. I'll see you in the next one.